Today you're going to be completing your color pencil study. To complete your study, you're going to need some supplies. For each of the circles, you're going to need about 4 to 5 colored pencils in light, medium, and dark values. You're also going to need your circle template. You're going to need a piece of toned paper and a piece of carbon paper. To get started, you want to make sure that you're starting with sharp colored pencils. So before you begin, take a minute to sharpen all the colored pencils that you will be using for this study. Once your colored pencils are sharp, it's time to transfer the circles from the template to your piece of toned paper. So line up the carbon paper with the black side down in the corner of your paper on top, and then you want to go ahead and put the circles on top. Use a 2H pencil to trace the outlines of the circles. The carbon paper will transfer those circles to your piece of toned paper. We're going to be using toned paper for this assignment because toned paper will be able to add light colors and dark colors and be able to have some contrast. Sometimes when you're starting with white, it is hard to be able to get contrast with the lighter colors. So as you can see, we're going to start with our lightest color. For this circle, I chose yellow, and I was working in very light pressure. Notice that I'm also working in a circular line direction. You're going to color the entire circle with your lightest color, which in my case was yellow. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to color the entire circle with another light pressure layer with my medium value. And for this one, I'm using red for my medium value. Try to choose colors that are a little bit different from each other. Try to avoid using light, medium, and dark values of the same colors. You're going to get much better color mixing and depth of color if you try to choose some colors that maybe you wouldn't normally think of mixing together. For my third color, I was using brown. And as you can see, I colored a light pressure layer of brown over the entire circle as well. Now that I've got my first 3 layers, I'm going to come back with my lighter value color, which was yellow, and I'm going to start adding some more lighter values to the area of the circle that I know is going to be closest to my light source. I also added some white in there for the highlight. I'm going to blend that out as I go. Once you've got your first 3 layers, you're going to just keep repeating this process, always using a circular line direction, always using light pressure until you have probably about 10 to 15 layers of colored pencil on there. You want to alternate between your light, medium, and dark values, always putting more of the light values, colors closer to where you're going to have your light source, and then start layering more of your darker value colors away from the light source in the shadow areas. But you always want to have a mixture of all 3 colors throughout your circle. It should not look like an ombre effect where it's one color transitioning into another color so that your circle looks like it has stripes. It should look like the circle is one solid color and a mixture of all 3 color pencils that you're using, but you are using maybe more of the different value colored pencils in different areas. So as you can see, I am adding many layers to this circle. Notice how I'm adding more of the brown, which was my darker value, on the shadow side, even though I already have the other 2 colors underneath. Once you've got about 10 to 12 layers of colored pencil and you feel like your picture is pretty saturated, I'm going to go in now with black and I'm going to add a little bit more shadow to my darker value. I'm not trying to cover over the red and the brown. I'm just trying to make it darker. So try to use, again, a light pressure and then make sure you're blending that black into the other values so it doesn't look like you have a stripe of black around the outer edge of your circle. Everything should look well blended. You want to keep adding layers. So notice that I'm coming back with my other colors and I'm going to keep doing this until I feel like my circle is completely saturated which means that I don't feel like I can even add any more layers of color, that it is completely filled with color and pigment. Once you have completed the first circle, you're going to repeat that process for the other 2 circles using different color combinations. So the idea here is that you can practice not only using your colored pencil skills, but mixing different colors. So again, try to choose colors that you wouldn't normally think of putting together, but you always want to have a light value, a medium value, and a darker value, plus white and black to add contrast. In this last circle, I was practicing trying to use mostly neutral colors to color in something. It doesn't always have to be super vibrant colors. But I'm still following the same process. I still had a lighter value color pencil, a medium value neutral color, and then a darker value. And then I'm still using my white and my black, even though my sphere is overall lighter in value. Color pencil can take some time, so be patient and make sure that you do the work of adding enough layers.